Good evening to all. Welcome you all to the daily current affairs session brought to you by Ganesh IAS Academy for the date 25th July 2023 for the news which came in Indian Express newspaper. So let's get straight into the today's current affairs discussion. Government approves increased EPF interest rate of 8.15% for the financial year 2022-2023. That is 2023. So what does the content of the news is? See, the government has approved the EPFO interest rate to its subscriber for the financial year 23. The recommendation of the Central Board of Trustee will be submitted to Ministry of Finance for the ratification, because the Ministry of Finance is the administrative authority in relation to the finance. Finance means revenues as well as expenditure. So they need the Ministry of Labor and Employment will need approval from the Ministry of Finance to get go ahead for the recommended interest rate, which the Ministry of Finance has approved, and it will be credited to the subscriber's account within the short period of time. So this is what the content of the news is about. So what does the details of the news is? About EPF. Since the news is related to Employee Provident Fund organization, we have to know about this organization. It is one of the world's largest social security organization in terms of the clientele. Clientele means a person who is receiving the service. Not if a person is receiving both the goods as well as service, means he is called as customer. If a person is receiving only service, means then he is called as clientele. EPFO is one of the world's largest social security organization in terms of clientele as well as the volume of the financial transaction that is happening in the organization. It came into existence due to the Employee Provident Fund Act 1952. So under the provision of this act, the EPFO organization has been created. So a statutory recognition has been given based upon the act, EPF Act. That and the schemes framed under it will be administered by a tripartite board known as Central Board of Trustees. Why it is called as tripartite board is because it consists of members from both government as well as employers as well as employees. The representative of these three body will be present in this board. So that is why it is called as tripartite board. So we have to know about the Central Board of Trustee. It administers a contributory provident fund, that is the person's PF as well as pension scheme and the insurance scheme for the workforce engaged in organized sector in India. It is a statutory body because it has been constituted under the provision of Employee Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provision Act 1952. The tenure of the board is 5 years and the members are as follows. The members will be the chairman, vice chairman, Central Provident Fund Commissioner and 5 central government representative, 15 state government representative, 10 employers representative and 10 employees representative. So see from the member group, from the members of the members, those who are present in the trustee itself, we could able to clearly see that the members, those who are representing the both central as well as state government, and the members, those who are representing the employers, and the members, those who are representing the employees, are being present in the chairman, are present in the board, so that a balance in the decision will be made. And under the Central Board of Trustee, an executive committee is formed. The executive committee is the statutory committee which is constituted from amongst the member of the Central Board of Trustee, and it is constituted by the central government. And its purpose is to assist the Central Board of Trustee in discharging its duties. And the term of the executive committee is 2 years and 6 months, that is 2.5 years. And the members of the executive committees are the chairman, 2 central government representatives, 3 state government representatives, 3 employers representatives, 3 employees representatives, and Central Provident Fund Commissioner. The chairman of the Central Board of the Trustee is the competent authority to constitute a regional committee for the states. Regional committee which represents the Central Board of Trustee will be appointed by will be formed by Central Board chairman of Central Board of Trustee. The term of the regional committee is again is 3 years from the date of the nomination, and the members of the regional committee will be chairman, 2 state government representative, 2 employers representatives, 2 employees representatives, non-official members of Central Board of Trustees will those who are ordinarily residing in the particular state. This is the function structure of the Central Board of Trustees. So what we needed to study further is we should know about the directive principle of the state policy which is given in the Constitution of India, which represents the socio-economic objective of the Constitution. So in the socio-economic objectives, we could able to see list of articles where the social welfare related articles are present. So we have to have a look at those kind of articles. Second is we have to know about Ministry of Social Justice schemes. What are all the schemes being implemented by the Ministry of Social Justice to promote the welfare as well as social security to the people of the country. Third is we should also know about what is old pension scheme and what is the new pension scheme and what is the difference between both of them, because the most of the Congress ruled or opposition ruled states are now trying to bring back the old provident fund scheme which was scrapped during 2004. Tradition meets modernity at G20 venue. So from the picture you are seeing in the board will be the venue for G20 summit that is going to happen during September under the presidency of India. So what does the news contain is the new international exhibition cum convention center at redeveloped Pragati Maidan complex is said to be India's largest conference as well as exhibition venue, and it is going to host the G20 summit which is going to be held in the later period of the year, and it is designed by international firms called ADAS as well as Indian firm called ARCOF. The design of the G20 venue which is being built now contains both modern as well as the traditional architectures as well as facilities. And the Pragati Maidan is the Pragati Maidan complex is owned by Indian Trade Promotion Organization, and the project is being executed by NBCC India Limited. So this is what the news is. Why the news gathers some importance is the venue which is being built recently is going to be used for the G20 summit, which is going to be held in the later period of the year under the presidency of India. So the news revolves around the G20. So we have to know about what does the G20 is about. G20, the G20 or group of 20 is an intergovernmental forum comprising of 19 countries and the European Union. The G20 was formed in 1999 on the backdrop of financial crisis of the late 1990s that hit the East Asia as well as Southeast Asia in particular. Southeast Asian financial crisis. Initially, as a forum for it functioned as the forum for finance minister as well as central bank governors to discuss the global economic as well as financial issues. But after the 2008 financial crisis, it was upgraded to head of state or head of government forum because of the financial crisis that happened during 2007, and in 2009 it was designated as the premium forum for one of the premium forum for international economic cooperation. So this is what the news detail of the G20 is. The members are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Republic of Korea, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, the UK, and the United States and the EU, European Union. So what will happen during the time of summit is? So we have to know about the G20 summit itself. The G20 consists of two parallel tracks. One is financial tracks and other is Sherpa tracks. The finance ministers as well as the central bank governors of the respective country will be leading the finance track. While in the case of Sherpa track, it is the Sherpa. The Sherpa means the emissionaries of the emissionaries of the head of the particular countries will be leading the Sherpa track. Within the two track, they are thematically oriented. There are thematically oriented working group in which representative from relevant ministries of the member as well as from invited guest countries and various international organizations will be present. For example, if the working group related to internal security is taking place means then the Home Ministry of the India and the Home Ministry of the other respective countries will be participating in the working group. So this is what the meaning of this point. Third is G20 process from the Sherpa track is coordinated by the Sherpas of the members country. Finance track will be coordinated by the finance ministers as well as the central bank governors of the countries, and the Sherpa track and its related working groups will be coordinated by the Sherpas. Sherpas are the, as I said, personal emissary of the leaders of the countries. The Sherpa track oversees inputs from 13 working groups, 2 initiatives, that is Research Innovation Initiative Gathering and G20 Empower, and various engagement groups. All of whom meet throughout the year and develop issue notes, outcome documents in parallel. These discussions will feed to the consensus based recommendation to the Sherpa meeting. The outcome document of the Sherpa level means the missionaries of the Sherpa level meeting will eventually form the basis for the leaders declaration, which will be debated and signed at the summit. So the process which the Sherpa track is doing will act as the feedstock for the final declaration during the time of summit. This is what the crux of the function of the G20 summit is about. So we have to know about India's G20 presidency. What speciality and what are all the essential elements that India's G20 presidency holds? The G20 logo draws inspiration from vibrant colors of India's national flag. From the G20 logo itself, we could able to see the saffron, white as well as green and blue will be present. It juxtaposes planet Earth with lotus, which meaning planet Earth with lotus and India's national flowers that reflects growth amid challenge. Right now, the world economy is facing some challenge as well as tough times, and all the countries are fighting to get back on the track. So this is what the meaning of the logo is about. Third is the earth reflects India's, the earth in the logo represents India's pro-planet approach to life. That is a mission life which was initiated by a Prime Minister during the Conference of Party at United Nations Framework for Convention on Climate Change. And pro-planet approach to life, one is perfect harmony with, that is perfect living in tune with the environment, not against the rules of the environment. Below the G20 logo is Bharat, which is written in Devanagari script. So the theme of the India's G20 presidency is Vasudhaiva Kudumbam, or one earth, one family and one future. It is drawn from an ancient Sanskrit text called Maha Upanishad. So what are all the priorities thus G20 under the leadership of India has been given is green development, climate finance as well as life. Life is lifestyle for environment, living a life that is sustainable with the environment, not against the environment. Second is accelerated, inclusive as well as resilient growth. As I said, right now the world economy is now facing a tougher time because of the Russian-Ukraine war as well as the post-pandemic effect, and every country is right now fighting back to get back on the track, that is on the track of good as well as glorious growth. Third is accelerating progress on SDG, and fourth is technological transformation and digital public infrastructure. Fifth is multilateral institution for 21st century. Right now, because of the changes in the nature of the economy and functioning of economy, the multilateral institution needs to be realigned and reformed so that the economic cooperation or the process that is involved in the multilateral institution will be in tune with the current trend of the economy. That is what the objective of the multilateral for the 21st century is about. Women-led development. 6. These are all the priorities being given under G20 under the presidency of India. So what we needed to study further is, we should know about what is mission life is about. As I said, mission life is living in tune with the nature rules of the nature, not against the nature. About solar energy schemes being implemented in India. Third is, we should know about Digital India mission and what are all the objectives does the mission holds. Fourth is, we should also know about the multilateral institutions and their structures and the criteria through which they will be giving the credit to the developing as well as underdeveloped countries. Fifth is, we should also know about SDG and the organization which is in charge are responsible for implementing the SDG goals. And also we should know about inclusive growth. What are all the dimensions of inclusive growth? Inclusive growth does not only mean economic inclusion, it also means so many other kinds of inclusion. Adla ennandradha we should also look into it. Apart from the G20s as well as the details which we have seen in the previous slide. Bill introduced to include Mara in scheduled caste list. From the heading itself, we could able to know that a bill is being introduced in the parliament to include two communities, that is Mahara as well as Mara from Chhattisgarh in scheduled caste list. The Chhattisgarh government has proposed inclusion of Mara in the list of scheduled caste, which has been accepted by both Registrar General of India as well as National Commission for Scheduled Caste. This is what the content of the news is. So we have to look into the details of the news, so that since the news is related to inclusion of a particular community into scheduled caste list, we have to look into the process that is involved in including a particular community in the scheduled caste as well as scheduled tribe list. The process begins at the level of state as well as union territory, with the corresponding state government or the administration seeking the addition or exclusion of the particular community from SC and SC or ST list. A particular state government may choose to recommend certain communities those who are present in those particular state for addition or subtraction from the list of SC STs based on its discretion. Following this, the proposal to include or remove the community from the scheduled caste list is sent to Union Ministry of Tribal Affairs from the concerned state government. See, from the concerned, the recommendation will be sent to Tribal Ministry, Central Tribal Ministry. And after this, the Ministry of Tribal Affairs will look into the issue, and it will look into the issue and examine the proposal, and it will send its recommendation to the Registrar General of India. After this, once the Registrar General of India has accepted the proposal, it will be sending it to the National Commission for Scheduled Caste, or if the proposed community is scheduled tribe means, it will be sent to National Commission for Scheduled Tribe. In the case of scheduled tribe means only the proposal will be first sent to tribal ministry, and if the particular community is to be added to scheduled caste means, it will be directly sent to Registrar General of India. And the process goes. Once the National Commission for SC or ST accepted the proposal means, then the proposal will be sent to the union government, which after some interministerial deliberation introduce it in the cabinet for final approval. Once the cabinet is approved, the inclusion or exclusion of any community will come into effect only after the president assents to a bill which amends the Constitutional Order 1950 with in relation to scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, and then it needed to be passed by the parliament. So these are all the process being involved in the adding or subtracting a particular community from SC or ST list. Then after passing the particular bill in the Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha means, the President office will be issuing a notification regarding the changes under the power vested in him from the Article 341 and 342. So this is what the process being involved in addition as well as subtraction of a particular community from SC or ST. So what we needed to study further is, we should look into the provisions of Article 341 and 342, which gives powers to the president as well as parliament to the inclusion as well as subtraction of particular community from SC or ST. And also we should look into the different types of commission: National Commission for SCs, National Commission for STs, National Commission for OBC, and National Commission for Human Rights. And also we should know about the Chhattisgarh geography. As I said, those students, those are watching me, watching or Ganesh IAS daily current affairs session, will know that geography does not only means land, means soil, it means vegetation, it means rivers, lakes, and wetland if any, and flora and fauna, and a tribal community that is present in the region. So these are all the things which we needed to learn apart from the details which we have seen in the previous slide. Notify Madai Sanctuary as the Tiger Reserve within 3 months. High Court to Goa. So the Bombay High Court has ordered the Goa state government to convert the Madai Wildlife Sanctuary into tribal reserves. Because why the High Court has ordered is based on the petition of environmental activists, those who are present in the Goa. Why the environmental activist has made a petition to the Bombay High Court with a plea to transform the Madai Sanctuary to Tiger Reserve is, during 2020 there was a death of tigress and 3 cubs during 2020, which led to increased demand. அந்த டைக்ரஸும் அதோட 3 கப்ஸும் எப்படி இறந்ததுன்னு வந்து போஸ்ட்மார்ட்டம் பண்ணி பார்க்கும்போது they have found that they have died because of the poisoning food being given by the humans. So the incident led to protest by the environmental activists, and it subsequently led to petition to the High Court of Bombay, and then the High Court, after some serious trials as well as investigation, it ordered the Supreme Court it ordered the Goa state government to convert the Mahadai Wildlife Sanctuary into tiger reserves within the 3 months. So since the news revolves around the conversion of the wildlife sanctuary into tiger reserve, we have to know about the tiger reserve. Why the Goa wanted to convert, High Court wanted the environmental activists wanted to convert the wildlife sanctuary into tiger reserve. So we have to know about tiger reserve. Under Wildlife Protection Act 1972, the state government, on the recommendation of Tiger Conservation Authority, that is NTCA, National Tiger Conservation Authority, it's also a statutory body being constituted under Wildlife Protection Act 1972, to notify an area as tiger reserve. The recommendation being given by the NTCA is binding. If an NTCA has recommended a particular area to be declared as the tiger reserve, then the state government needed to declare the particular area as the tiger reserve. No alternation in the boundaries of tiger shall be made except on the recommendation of NTCA and National Board of Wildlife. Based on their recommendation only, the state government can able to modify or adjust the tiger reserve's boundary. And if a particular state government wanted to denotify the tiger reserve, means for that also they needed the approval of NTCA, that is National Tiger Conservation Authority, and National Board of Wildlife. And within the tiger reserve, a particular area of the land could be declared as critical tiger habitat by the state government itself, but it should not affect the livelihood of scheduled tribes as well as other forest dwellers, those who are living in the core areas. are those whose livelihood depends on the natural resources that is available in the core areas, core tiger habitat. So we have to know about the National Tiger Conservation Authority, under whose guidance the tiger reserves will be formed. It is constituted under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. The authority consists of ministry in charge, that is Ministry of Environment and Forest as the chairperson, and Ministry of State in the Ministry of Environment and Forest as the vice chairperson, 3 members of Parliament, secretary for the Ministry of Environment, and other members will be the constituent member of the NTCA. The mandate of the NTCA is to strengthen the tiger conservation in India by maintaining oversight through advisories, guidelines based on tiger status assessment, ongoing conservation initiative, recommendation of specially constituted committees. NTCA can collaborate with authorities like CBI, Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, and other departments by giving alert for any kind of unlawful poaching activity that is happening around the forest. So this is what the function and the member constituent of the NTCA is about. So what we needed to study further is, we should know about the wildlife sanctuary as well as national park, and what are the difference between them, and what is the role of state as well as central government in constituting wildlife sanctuary as well as national park. Second is, we should know about other important provisions of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Third is, we should know about some basic facts about the tiger census. The duration, எத்தனை வருஷத்துக்கு ஒரு வாட்டி டைகர் சென்சஸ் எடுப்பாங்க, which area occupies the more number of tigers and which area occupies the less number of tigers, and which area which states don't have tiger at all. This kind of basic status we should be knowing about. Fourth is, we should know about the tiger itself. Tiger means a tiger will be living in the particular vegetation. What kind of vegetation? If it is whether it is tropical evergreen or tropical deciduous and the dry deciduous, இல்ல moist deciduous, எந்த வகையான forest vegetation-ல இது வாழும், what kind of predator it needs, predator or prey it needs for its survival, and what kind of soil is needed, and weather condition that is required for a healthy growth of tiger population. These are all the things which we needed to know about the tiger. Failure of a commission. So the author of the failure of the commission means, what commission the particular author is talking about is National Commission for Women. Because of the brutal activity or the injustice that has happened against particular women in the Manipur, the article has been made. The article has spoken about the critical aspects of the National Commission of Women. So what she has, இந்த author வந்துட்டு என்ன critical analyze பண்ணிருக்காங்க அப்படின்றத we will look into it. The author has critically analyzed the National Commission of Women because the commission should regularly do field visit. Right now they are not doing any kind of field visit, so as a result they are not they could not able to grasp the ground level situation, which they should not be doing. They should go for regular ground visits by using the NC. எப்படின்னா எந்த ஏரியால வந்துட்டு அதிகபட்சமான உமன் ரிலேட்டட் கம்ப்ளைண்ட்ஸ் வருதோ, அந்த மாதிரி அடிக்கடி வருதோ, அந்த ஏரியாக்கெல்லாம் ரெகுலரா ப்ரையாரிட்டி கொடுத்து போய் ஃபீல்டு மீன்ஸ் ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் அண்ட் கமிங். இட்ஸ் நாட் ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் அண்ட் கமிங். They have to visit and they have to stay there for some time, and then they should know about the current happening situation that is going around across the particular area, so that they could able to have some grasp or hold in the ground level situation. As a result of which, a kind of empathy could be developed, practical knowledge could be developed. Another important critiques forwarded by the author is the commission should only be appointed by the committed, it is committee. Committee consists of opposition leader, Chief Justice of India, civil society organization and ruling party. Because right now the commission's members are being appointed by the government only. As a result of which, whenever there is some injustice that is happening in the ruling party state government, the National Commission for Women is not interfering in it. On the other hand, if the injustice is happening against a particular woman in the opposition ruled state, means the National Commission of Women is going down heavily on the particular state. So the bias should be, and the bias there have to be fair in the application of rule as well as regulations. For that, the committee, the person should be appointed by a committee consists of opposition leader, CGI, civil society organization and the ruling party member. Fourth is, the social audit needed to be conducted so that a transparency as well as accountability of the National Commission for the Women could be established. So, and also the taxpayer could able to know whether the money that is being given by the citizen as in the name of tax to the government is whether அது வந்து ஒழுங்கா ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணப்பட்டிருக்கா இல்லையான்றது through the social audit they could able to know. These are all the important critics as well as the way forward being given by the author in the editorial. So since the news revolves around the critics and functioning of National Commission for Women, we should know about the National Commission for Women itself, the details of the National Commission for Women. It was set up as statutory body under National Commission for Women Act 1990. It reviews the constitutional and legal safeguard for women. It recommends remedial as well as legislative measures. It facilitates redressal of grievance, and also it will advise the government on all policy matters affecting women. Ms. Jayanti Patnaik was the first woman chairperson appointed during its formation. The commission shall consist of a chairperson committed to the cause of women to be nominated by the central government, and 5 members to be nominated by the central government from amongst the person of ability, integrity and standing who have or had experience in law or legislation, trade unionism, management of an industry potential of women, women's voluntary organization, potential of women voluntary organization including women activists, administration, economic development, health, education or social life. இந்த மாதிரி across different spectrumல அந்த particular spectrumல அனுபவம் இருக்க ஒரு 5 மெம்பர்களை will be nominated by central government, and a member secretary also will be nominated by the central government only. So what we needed to study further is, since we have seen the critics of National Commission for Women and also the details of the National Commission for Women, so likewise we should also know about the critics as well as the details of the National Commission for SC and ST, OBC as well as human rights body. Second is, we should know about the constitutional provision for women, and also we should know about the safeguard legislation for women, and also we should know about the reservation for women in the panchayat election. These are the other things which we should know about, so that we could able to have some clear or holistic understanding about the news itself. Smoke signals. So what the news is talking about is recent financial result of Hindustan Unilever Limited, Infosys and Bank has signaled an increase in rural demand and uncertainty in the global market and rising of strong credit growth. These are all the இந்த மூணு அவுட்கமும் பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா மூணு பேரோட ஃபினான்ஷியல் ரிசல்ட்ல இருந்து தெரிய வந்திருக்கு. However, it may be sound positive, but in the case of recent RBI's financial stability report, which suggests that the number of persons those who are demanding for Narega job has increased because of lack of other alternative productive jobs. So there is some glitch in the facts. On the one hand, the financial result of the companies are showing some positive signs. On the other hand, there is some worrying trends related to the rural economy. In at global level, there is some uncertainty because there is an uncertainty in the name of what is the scope as well as to what extent the Federal Reserve will be increasing its interest rate, because increasing in the interest rate of the Federal Reserve will have some impact in the forex reserves of the other countries, particularly India. Second is, even though RBI has predicted that this year is going to be India is going to see some positive growth and the inflation will be under control, there is some hesitation in the internal factor is because of the El Nino phenomenon that is going to happen, as a result of which the monsoon will get affected. And since we are agriculture dependent economy and the agriculture is dependent mainly on the monsoon, that the effect in the monsoon will be affecting the agriculture, and the effect in the agriculture will affect the economy of India as the whole. So internally there is some uncertainty with relation to the El Nino factors. So whenever there is uncertainty, or uncertainty on situation irukum, what the author of the particular news suggests is the policy should be guided by maintaining macroeconomic stability rather than maintaining specific or rising the particular interest rate and or reducing the particular interest rate. It should not be like that. The focus should be on maintaining the macroeconomic stability. So we should, since the news talks about the positive result of the positive financial result of the companies signals the signaled increase in the rural demand, and the RBI's report has signaled the reduction in the rural jobs. Some contradictory results have been produced. So news revolves around rural economy. So we should know about the rural economy in India, which is available in the economic survey, which is of 2023, which was published recently. Nearly 65% of the country's population lives in the rural area, and 47% of the population is dependent on the agriculture for livelihood. The aim of the engagement of the group in the rural economy has been the aim of the government in rural economy is to transform the lives and livelihoods through proactive socio-economic inclusion, integration and empowerment of rural India. This is what the objective of government of India in engaging with rural economy. So National Family Health Survey for 2019-2021 illustrates there is some significant improvement when compared to the 15-16 data in terms of indicators like quality of rural life. Access to quality of rural life includes electricity access, presence of improved drinking water sources, coverage under health insurance scheme, etc. So, and also the women empowerment is also gaining momentum with visible progress in the female participation in the household decision making, owning bank accounts, and use of mobile phones. This is the situation of rural economy right now. And what are all the efforts being taken by government to enhance the livelihood or the lives of the rural economy is rural people is the approach is called multi-pronged approach to raise the income as well as the quality of life through different schemes. First scheme is Dheendyal Antyodaya Yojana, the National Rural Livelihood Mission. It aims to enable economically weak household to access gainful self-employment and skilled wage employment opportunity, resulting in sustainable and diversified livelihood option for them, apart from the agriculture which they are doing traditionally. Second is Narega. It's the objective of the scheme is to enhance the livelihood security in the rural areas, particularly in the off season, that is when after the harvesting season, for the period of 100 days of guaranteed wage employment, so that they could able to have some increased earning apart from the earning of agricultural activities. These are all the schemes comes under are being implemented for development of the rural economy as the whole. Women empowerment. Transforming women self-help group to be sustainable. For example, is self-help group bank link project. Is it one project being implemented to make the self-help group to be more sustainable? Fourth is housing for all, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin program. It aims to provide around 3 crores pucca houses with basic amenities to all eligible houseless households living in dilapidated houses in rural area by 2024. Water and sanitation. Under the Jal Jeevan Mission scheme, it was announced that Government of India is going to implement in partnership with states to provide by 2024 a tap water connection to every household as well as the public utilities like schools, libraries, hospitals, etc. Sixth is Mission Amrit Sarovar. It aimed at developing as well as rejuvenating 75 water bodies in each district of the country during the period of 75th years of independence, which was held recently. Seventh is smoke free rural India. Smoke free means weeding out the traditional cooking method by introducing Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, which helped in increasing the LPG coverage from 62% to 99.8%, so that the traditional traditional practice of cooking, which is very highly polluted and it is affecting the health as well as wellness of the rural people, particularly the women. So in order to make them come out of those kind of traditional cooking and to have an access to LPG, this scheme was implemented, and it also led to increased adaptation. Adaptation, not adaptation. Rural infrastructure. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana was created and implemented, as a result of which nearly 1,73,775 numbers of roads, which measuring 7,23,893 kilometers and 7,789 long span bridges are being built against the sanctioned limit of 1,84,994 road, which measures 8,01,838 kilometer and 10,383 long span bridges, particularly in rural area. Ninth is Saubhagya. Pradhan Mantri Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana was launched to achieve universal household electrification by providing electricity to all willing unelectrified household in rural area and all willing poor household in the urban area also. They wanted to bring the electricity to the every household. That is what the objective of the scheme is about. So that from this slide as well as the previous slide which we have discussed about the schemes, we could able to clearly identify that the government is implementing the scheme not only in the unidirectional way, that is not only in the terms of increasing the income of the particular section of the economy. It wanted to enhance the overall livelihood, overall lifestyle of the rural people. So what we needed to study further is we should know about the RBI's financial stability report, and also we should know about the impact of Federal Reserve monetary policy rate in India, and also we should know about the hard landing as well as soft landing of economy. What is the difference between both of them? We should know about. So since we have discussed the important news which came today, let's discuss about the previous year prelims question paper which was asked in relation to the news that came today. Among the following tiger reserve, which one has the largest area under critical tiger habitat? A. Jim Corbett Tiger Reserve, second is Ranthambore Tiger Reserve, third is Nagarjuna Srisailam Tiger Reserve, fourth is Sundarban Tiger Reserve. The answer is Nagarjuna Srisailam Tiger Reserve as the largest area under critical tiger habitat. Among the following, who are eligible to benefit from the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act? Adult members of only scheduled caste or scheduled tribe household, and adult members of the BPL households, adult member of the household of backward community, adult member of any rural household. So the statement 1 is wrong, statement 2 is wrong, and statement 3 is wrong. The answer is D. So another session is UPSC mains question. Discuss global warming and mention its effects on global climate. Explain the control measures to bring down the level of greenhouse gases which can cause global warming in the light of Kyoto Protocol 1997. So 15 more question. I want those students, those who are watching the current affairs session online, please do comment answer point for the question in the comment section, so that the learning of the viewpoints from the other students could take place, so that we could able to benefit from others and others also could benefit from us, so that the enriching of points could take place, so that we could able to grow as a whole. Thank you students. Please do comment, subscribe, like, share the daily current affairs session, so that you and because of subscribing you could able to daily receive the notification related to the daily current affairs session and any other videos that will be brought to you in the near future by the Ganesh IAS Academy.